Hello Sagittarius, welcome. I'm glad you are here. Every month leaves its own symbols. Today, let's explore what August may be reflecting for Sagittarius, not only through tarot, but also through the sky above us. We have the Ace of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, the Page of Cups reversed, and our Oracle card is Departure. We will return to these cards in just a moment. Let's begin with the month itself. August opens beneath a steady yet expansive sky for you Sagittarius. Jupiter continues its journey through Leo, where it will remain until July 2027. For you, this activates your 9th house, higher learning, long-distance travel, philosophy, spiritual growth, and the search for meaning. This may inspire travel, further education, new teachers. Jupiter naturally feels at home in this part of your chart. It expands not only opportunities, but also your perspective. This month also brings two especially meaningful events. On August 12th, we experience both a new moon and a solar eclipse in Leo. A new moon marks a beginning. An eclipse often brings a deeper reset. Together, they invite us to release what no longer reflects who we are becoming, making space for something more authentic to emerge. The sky doesn't force change. It creates moments that invite it. August feels like one of those moments. For you, Sagittarius, this solar eclipse asks a deeper question. What belief have you outgrown? Perhaps it's an old fear, a limiting story, a definition of success that no longer feels like your own, or an outdated way of seeing yourself and your place in the world. The new moon invites you to plant new intentions that reflect what genuinely matters to you now, allowing your next chapter to grow from truth rather than habit. I'd like to share two reflections to capture the spirit of this moment. Beyond applause. When approval becomes your measure, the soul grows tired. Release the need for validation, comparison, and endless pursuit. True worth is not performed, it's remembered. Come home to what is real, not what is seen. As Jupiter expands Leo's energy, it also enlarges whatever is waiting to be seen. That includes our gifts and sometimes our shadows. This card asks us, where do I still measure my worth through someone else's eyes? Where I have forgotten that my value has always existed, even when no one is watching. Sometimes the strongest foundation we can build is the quiet confidence that no longer depends on applause. For Sagittarius, real wisdom begins the moment you no longer feel the need for answers that impress others and simply begin following the questions that genuinely expand your own soul. The inner sun. A new beginning of self-remembering. Step into the light that has always lived within you. Honor your inner child, your source of joy, creativity, and truth. You are not becoming the light, you are returning to it. Once we loosen our grip on external approval, something beautiful begins to awaken. The inner sun reminds us that our deepest confidence has never come from outside ourselves. It has always lived within. Your greatest adventure may not be found across another horizon, but in trusting the inner compass that has been guiding you all along. That return to yourself may become one of the August's greatest gifts. Toward the end of the month on August 28th, we have the full moon and lunar eclipse in Pisces. For Sagittarius, this full moon illuminates your fourth house, the house of home, family, emotional foundations, and the place where you feel most rooted. For some, renovating, moving, investing in property, or creating a space that feels more peaceful and supportive. For others, it may be less about the physical home and more about restoring emotional security or redefining what truly feels like home. This lunation invites you to create greater balance between the life you build in the world and the one you nurture behind closed doors. After a month of new beginnings, the full moon reminds us that not everything needs to be solved. Some things simply ask to be released. The circle of giving. We are here to give from our hearts, and we are here to receive with grace. True balance is not in giving more, but in honoring the sacred flow between both. Together we rise, together we heal. Many of us find it easier to give than receive. We offer our time, our energy, our care, but struggle to accept support when it is offered back. This full moon invites a balance, to share your gifts freely and to receive with the same openness, because giving and receiving are not opposites. They complete one another. Even the most adventurous spirit needs a place where it can safely rest, receive care, and simply belong. The skies often ask us to grow. The cards often ask us to look within. Neither can choose our path for us. But together, they remind us that meaning is something we create. Looking at these cards together, they tell a story about recognizing when one chapter has reached its natural limit so another can finally begin. The Ace of Pentacles is usually called the card of new beginnings, new opportunities, new resources, or a fresh seed waiting to be planted. This card tells this story beautifully. Giant golden egg wild birds gather nearby. Everything needed for new life is already present. This card showing us not every beginning announces itself with exactly knowing what to do. Some begin as possibility, a conversation, an idea, maybe just a feeling that something new wants to grow. Before the world sees the harvest, there is always a seed. For Sagittarius, this feels like trusting an opportunity before you can fully see where it will lead. Next comes the Two of Pentacles. Traditionally, this card speaks of balance, priority, learning how to move with life's changing rhythm. But on this card we see something amazingly playful. Instead of struggling to keep everything from falling, the girl calmly juggles while holding one small object close to her heart. Not everything has to remain in motion. Some things deserve our full attention. Balance is not about giving equal energy to everything. It's about knowing what is truly worth carrying. Sometimes life becomes lighter, not because our responsibilities disappear, but because our priorities become clearer. Your freedom may grow not by doing more, but by becoming clearer about what truly deserves your energy. Then we have the Page of Cups reversed. This card immediately invites us to pause. The world has turned upside down. Fish drift through the water around her. She appears suspended between two perspectives. The Page of Cups reversed can reflect moments when our intuition feels uncertain, when old disappointments make us question new possibilities, or when we hesitate to trust what our heart is telling us. But sometimes card upside down offers another gift. It asks us to look at life from an entirely different angle. Not every answer comes by thinking harder. Some arrive when we are willing to see differently. Before your next journey begins, your heart may simply be asking for your attention before it asks for your action. Finally, we come to our oracle card, departure. At first, the word itself can sound unsettling, but look at this card. A flock of birds rises together, leaving behind a landscape that no longer offers what they need. There is no struggle, no conflict, only movement. The card speaks of renewal, new projects, freedom, and the courage to leave behind what has already fulfilled its purpose. One sentence from this card lingers in the mind. A place that has nothing more to offer. There is a remarkable wisdom in recognizing that. Not every ending happens because something failed. Sometimes the season simply gives us everything it came to teach. Remaining there longer doesn't create more growth. It only postpones the next horizon waiting to be explored. Departure is not asking us to abandon our past. It is reminding us that gratitude and forward movement can exist together. For Sagittarius, this feels less like walking away from something and more like answering the call toward the wider horizon. Taken together, these cards tell a story of expansion. The Ace of Pentacles places a new seed into your hands. The Two of Pentacles helps you decide where your energy truly belongs. The Page of Cups reversed invites you to listen to your inner voice before seeking certainty from the outside world. And Departure reminds us that new landscapes only become visible once we are willing to leave familiar ones behind. None of these cards suggest forcing change. Instead, they encourage thoughtful movement, trusting that growth often begins long before the destination is visible. August may not be about finding all the answers. It may simply be about recognizing which direction still fills you with curiosity, hope, and a sense of possibility. Every path begins with a single step. Not because we know exactly where the road will lead, but because something within us recognizes that standing still is no longer enough. There are seasons for staying, there are seasons for building, and there are seasons for spreading our wings toward a horizon we cannot fully see. The birds on Departure card do not live in fear. They live because the sky ahead offers room to fly. It may be the invitation these cards are placing before you, not to run from what has been, but to make space for what is ready to begin. Thank you for spending these moments with me. Take what speaks to your own experience. Leave behind whatever belongs to another path, and I'll see you in the next reading.